Make sweet moments and unforgettable memories by trying out this new recipe, mocha cheesecake. Yes, all the coffee lovers, this one is for you. An amazing blend of coffee and chocolate all in one. This recipe is a must try as I'll be teaching you how to make the perfect chocolate ganache and also the perfect base for a perfect cheesecake. Just look up the smooth textured soft cheesecake. A hint of coffee flavor in every bite, a smooth textured cheesecake with a perfect smooth chocolate ganache. Let me take you through its making. For the base of the cheesecake, I used bourbon biscuits, as these biscuits go really well with the coffee flavor. So I used two big packs of bourbon biscuits. By adding them to a mixer jar, make a smooth cookie crumb as shown and add it to a bowl. Then take half a cup of melted butter. I'm using salted butter for this recipe. Add in 1 teaspoon of coffee powder to the melted butter. As you see, these coffee granules didn't melt immediately, so all you need to do is melt them in just 1 tablespoon of hot water and then add it to the butter. It would blend in more easily than this. So it took some time to get well blended. Add the coffee flavored butter to the cookie crumbs. Now all you need to do is combine the cookie crumbs well in the butter. Once everything is well combined, this is the perfect consistency that it should be for the base of the cheesecake. So you can take any baking tin or even any dish where you want to set your cheesecake in. Add these cookie crumbs into it and press them down to the base of the tin as shown. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other recipes. Let this chill in the refrigerator for 10 minutes. I used hung curds for this recipe. So 500 grams of curds is all you need. Add it to the muslin cloth and tie it. As you see, the water gets strained completely. This is a quick and budget friendly cream cheese recipe. As you see, you get the perfect textured cream cheese, and this takes around 2 to 3 hours after the curd is hung to get these results. So do try this as it gives the perfect texture for your cheesecake. This is a no gelatin cheesecake. So I used agar, that's China grass, to set the cheesecake. That's around 1 cup of China grass, that's around 10 grams of agar that's used here. To a pan, add in 1 cup of water, bring it to a boil and then add the China grass to it. Make sure you're constantly stirring it as we want the China grass to dissolve in completely in the water. This can take around 5 to 6 minutes to completely dissolve in the water. Constantly stirring on a low flame is an important tip to be noted. So as you see, the China grass begins to melt and get completely dissolved in the water. Then at this stage you can turn off the flame and keep it aside. This is the perfect consistency of the China grass that we require. To a large mixer jar, add in the hung curd. To this, add in 1 tin of condensed milk. Then add in 2 tablespoons of sugar. This is an easy and a budget-friendly recipe as the ingredients that go into its making are easily available and affordable too. Then to this add in 200 ml of fresh cream. This ingredient is going to give the mocha flavor to our cheesecake. So to 2 tablespoons of hot water, add in 1 teaspoon of the coffee powder and give it a good mix until it's completely dissolved. So here you go. This is the coffee mixture that we will be adding to the cheesecake. which will be giving that perfect mocha flavor to our cheesecake. Add in the coffee mixture to the mixer jar. And then finally add in the dissolved china grass to it. These are all the ingredients that will make the cheesecake. Blend all these ingredients in the mixer jar for 2 minutes. Do not stop the mixer jar in between. It should be all in one go to get a completely well blended smooth mixture. Pour this blended cheesecake mixture over the base. Remember, the base needs to be chilled so that it's set when you add this cheesecake mixture over it. Chill this cheesecake for around 4 to 5 hours for it to completely set. For making the perfect chocolate ganache to pour over the cheesecake, I'll be using 150 ml of fresh cream and 1 cup of chopped dark chocolate. Heat the fresh cream for around 60 seconds in the microwave and then start adding the chopped chocolate to it. Leave this for 30 seconds and then when the chocolate begins to melt, carefully start mixing it. All you need to do is mix the two until it's well combined and you get a smooth textured ganache. This is what a perfect chocolate ganache looks like. Once the cheesecake is set, pour the ganache over it. This layer of ganache that we add over the cheesecake takes the cheesecake to the next level. So I have shown you step by step how to make the perfect ganache. So please do try this recipe. Allow this to set for another 1 to 2 hours before serving. There you go, the mocha flavored cheesecake is ready to be served. Wasn't this an easy recipe? And oh, yes, my family members just loved the flavor and asked me when is the next time I'm making this for them again. So do try this recipe if you have any party or any get-togethers coming up. Your guests will enjoy it. And if you're coffee lovers, then oh yes, go for it. And do make the mocha cheesecake with the bourbon biscuits as they gave the best flavor for the base. And do leave a comment below if you try my recipe. And I have made an Oreo cheesecake just before this recipe too. So check out my channel for the Oreo cheesecake recipe and try that too. And if you're visiting my channel for the first time, then please don't forget to subscribe and stay connected with me, as I'll be coming to you with many more cheesecake flavors. Thank you.
Mango custard pudding. A very unique dessert recipe. You will just love this dessert, so do give this recipe a try. I have made the mango custard in a very unique style. So watch the complete recipe to not miss it. If you are a mango lover, then this one is for you. Please subscribe to my channel. Let's begin. To a cooking pot add milk and bring it to a boil. I took 1/2 liter and kept 3/4 cup from it aside to mix the custard powder. Remember to add custard powder to chilled milk to combine well. Added 6 heaped tablespoons of custard powder to the milk. We need to make a thick custard for this recipe. Give it a good mix until no lumps remain. Once the milk comes to a boil, add in 1 cup of granulated sugar to it. Give it a good mix and boil until the sugar completely dissolves. Then add the prepared custard slurry to the milk. Continuously stir on a medium flame. Keep stirring and cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Until the custard begins to thicken. At this stage, remove it off the flame and let it cool down, and then keep it in the fridge to chill for an hour. I am using 7 mangoes for this recipe. Divide it into 3 parts as shown. We'll be using around 4 mangoes for making the mango puree. To this, add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Add it to a mixer grinder. Grind it to obtain a smooth mango puree. Keep it aside. To the mixer grinder, add in a chilled custard in batches. Add some thick custard and 3 tablespoons of the puree. Grind this to make a smooth, textured mango custard. This is the perfect consistency we require. To a bowl, add 200 milliliters of fresh cream and whisk it really well. Let's assemble to make our dessert. To a serving dish, add the first layer of the mango custard. Remember, the custard needs to be thick to maintain the consistency after adding the mango puree. To this, add in a layer of mango cubes. Add another layer of the mango custard over it. Add the fresh cream over the custard layer. Finally, garnish the dessert with some mango cubes. Let the dessert chill for a minimum of 3 to 4 hours before serving, as the cream thickens and gives really good results. Do try this recipe for your next party menu. Please like, share and comment.
All the dessert lovers, I have come to you with an easy and a budget-friendly recipe. That's an Oreo cheesecake recipe. This is a no-bake cheesecake recipe which neither contains eggs nor any gelatin. Yet it tastes so amazing, and in this video I will be teaching you how to make the perfect chocolate ganache that you can pour over your Oreo cheesecake, making it taste the best cheesecake that you have ever tried. I call this a budget-friendly recipe? That's because the ingredients that go into its making are easily available and also affordable by anyone. As we know, the cheesecakes are quite expensive when we buy them. But what if I told you that you could make it at home now with just these basic ingredients? This is a must try recipe and you will love it. So, let me take you through the steps that go into making this amazing cheesecake. Please do subscribe to my channel and stay connected with me. For making our Oreo cheesecake base, we require Oreo cookies, for which I used 2.5 packets of the Oreo cookies. Those are the big packs of the Oreo cookies that we will be using. Add them into a mixer jar and grind all these cookies to get a coarse mixture. Add this to a bowl and keep it aside, and then let's melt the butter that we require to make the base. I'm using around 3/4 cup, that's around 50 grams of salted butter. Melt the butter and add it to the cookie crumbs. Add in the butter little by little and keep mixing these cookie crumbs until you get the consistency that I'll be showing you now. This is the perfect consistency of the cookie crumb that we require to make the base. Make sure you do not add a lot of butter at this stage as your base can become hard. So add in butter little by little to get this consistency. Add these cookie crumbs into any baking tin or any dish that you would like to set this cheesecake in. Add it to the base and then press it well and make a layer of the base and keep it in the fridge to chill for at least 10 minutes. I'll be using agar, that's China grass, to set the cheesecake. That's around 3/4 cup or 10 grams of China grass. Bring 1.5 cup of water to a boil and then add these cut pieces of the China grass into it. This step is really important as you need to melt in the China grass really well in the water. By continuously stirring at this stage, make sure the China grass is well dissolved in the water. This is the perfect consistency that we require. You can turn off the flame at this stage. The most important ingredient that goes into the making of this cheesecake is the hung curd. Add in the curds to this muslin cloth and tie it and let the water strain completely from the curd. This can take around 2 to 3 hours to obtain a thick creamy consistency of the curd. If you're using curds that comes in a box which is already thick, then you require 500 grams. But if the curd that you are taking has more water content, then you're going to take around 700 grams of that curd. The perfect homemade cream cheese is now ready to make the cheesecake. Let's start adding in all the ingredients one by one into a large mixer jar. You need to take a large mixer jar to add in all these ingredients. So first add in the cream cheese, that's the hung curd, to the mixer jar. The measurements for the curd and everything will be mentioned in the description box below, so please do check out the recipe there too. Then I'm adding in 1 tin of condensed milk. Then to this add in 200 ml of fresh cream. I added in 2 tablespoons of sugar at this stage too, which I forgot to record. So please do add in 2 tablespoons of sugar too. Then to this add in the final ingredient, that's the China grass that we had prepared. All you need to do is blend all these ingredients for 2 minutes. Make sure you don't stop and then restart again. It should all be in one go. There you go, a perfect creamy mixture is obtained. Pour this prepared creamy mixture over your Oreo base. Make sure it's evenly distributed on all the sides and allow this to chill in the refrigerator for a minimum of 4 hours to set completely. To make the chocolate ganache, we will require around 150 ml of fresh cream. All you need to do is heat the fresh cream in the microwave for around 60 seconds. Then to this add in the dark chocolate which is cut into chunks. I'm using around 1 cup of dark chocolate here. Make sure the cream is well heated before you add the chocolate, and then once you add the chocolate, leave it for 30 seconds and then carefully with a spoon start mixing it. Do not mix vigorously here as the butter will separate. Carefully start mixing, and as the chocolate is well melted, it gets combined really well in the cream, and you will end up getting a mixture that looks exactly like this. Please do this step carefully as you do not want to make any mistake here. Then pour this prepared chocolate ganache over your chilled Oreo cheesecake. The Oreo cheesecake should be perfectly set before you do this step. Then, after adding the chocolate ganache over it, you're going to spread in the chocolate ganache evenly over all the cheesecake layer and allow this to chill again in the refrigerator for at least a minimum of 1 hour. There you go, a perfect Oreo cheesecake with a perfect chocolate ganache topping is ready to be served. This Oreo cheesecake recipe is simply so good and so easy to follow that anyone can make it now. Please do share this video with your friends and family so that they too can follow my video to make the perfect cheesecake. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do try this recipe and taste the cheesecake yourself, and then you will know how easy it is to make your own cheesecake. Please share my videos with your friends and family, and all those who are visiting my channel for the first time, please do subscribe to my channel. I will be bringing you more such amazing recipes.
When the mango season has arrived, it calls for a mango dessert. Let me take you through the making of this yummy dessert recipe. Mango pudding. Mango faluda. A very easy to follow recipe. A must-try recipe. Please subscribe to my channel. To a cooking pot, add 3/4 cup of water. We'll be using China grass agar strips for making this dessert. We'll be using half of this, that is about 12 grams. Cut the strips into small pieces and add it to the water. Let the China grass soak in the water for a minimum of 30 minutes. This step helps it cook and dissolve faster. Add in some more water if required. After half an hour, cook it on a low flame. Constantly keep stirring the mixture. Keep cooking until no chunks remain. At this stage, I added 1/2 cup of water more to dissolve it completely. Add 5 to 6 tablespoons of sugar and constantly keep stirring. Let this cook until you obtain a smooth mixture. It takes around 8 to 10 minutes to completely dissolve. We'll be using 2 mangoes cut into small cubes. Add these to the mixer grinder. Add sugar according to your taste. I added around 7 to 8 tablespoons of sugar. It all depends on which mangoes you choose to make with. Make a smooth mango puree. Bring half a liter of milk to a boil. Make sure the milk is cooled down completely before adding the puree to it. Add in the mango puree to the milk. Constantly stir the mixture. Blend this mixture to obtain a smooth textured mango pudding. To a large mixing bowl, add the dissolved China grass mixture. To this, add the mango puree milk mixture. Constantly stir to combine the both well. Pour the mixture into the serving dish. Add in the toppings of your choice. I'm using chopped almonds. You can use saffron too. Let this chill in the refrigerator for minimum 2 hours before serving. Once it's set, cut them into desired shape and sizes. So perfect, so delicious. This was my first time I ever tried this recipe. And I am sure I'll make this every mango season too. Please don't forget to subscribe. Oreo mini cheesecakes. An amazing yet so easy to make cheesecake recipe. Please subscribe to my channel today. An Oreo cookies base with a cream cheese top layer. A must-try recipe for all the Oreo lovers. Let's learn how to make this incredibly tasty dessert. To a bowl, add 36 Oreo cookies. Blend these cookies to a crumbly mixture. To this, add around 3/4 cup of melted butter. Combine the two really well. Add a tablespoon of this cookie butter mixture to a lined cupcake tray. This makes the base for our cheesecakes. With the help of a small cup, press the cookie mixture to the base of the cupcake liner. Once it's done, place it in the fridge for 10 minutes to allow the base to set. Meanwhile, let's prepare the layer of our cheesecake topping. To a large bowl, add 360 grams of Philadelphia cream cheese. You can use cream cheese of your choice as well. To this, add 120 grams of thick fresh cream. Add 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. Add in the sugar in batches. Combine really well until no lumps remain. Add in the remaining powdered sugar. Keep whisking until a smooth textured mixture is obtained. Add the cream cheese mixture to the cookie base. Make sure it's distributed evenly over the base. Add some Oreo cookie crumbs over the cheesecake. You can be creative here and come up with different ideas of decorating the cheesecakes. I finally placed half an Oreo cookie on each cheesecake. Once all the mini cheesecakes are ready, refrigerate them for a minimum of 7 to 8 hours for it to set completely. Do not remove from the liners until it's well set. Please check out my other dessert recipes from my channel. Delicious creamy mini Oreo cheesecakes. Incredibly delicious. Please don't forget to subscribe today. Check out the description box for the links to my other recipes.
Gulab Jamun, a dessert recipe that's loved by one and all, and These are homemade gulab jamun made from the scratch using the perfect ingredients to get the best results. In this video, I'll be sharing all the tips and tricks to get the perfect gulab jamun now at home, the perfect cooking time to get the best results. So if you're craving for gulab jamuns, then do watch this video and try this recipe. I'm sure you're going to love the results, and please don't forget to subscribe. For making the sugar syrup for the gulab jamuns, add in 2 cups of sugar to a cooking pot. Then to this add in 2 cups of water. For making the perfect sugar syrup, we are going to use equal ratio of the water and the sugar. So if you use 2 cups of sugar, then you're going to add in 2 cups of water. Keep it on a medium-low flame and let the sugar start to dissolve in the water. Add in the juice of half a lime. The reason the lime juice is added here is to prevent the crystallization of the sugar. So add in the lime juice here at this stage and give it a good mix. Stir until everything is well combined. Add in some saffron, that's saffron here at this stage, as it releases a really good flavor to the sugar syrup and also gives a very nice color to it. So add in the saffron and continue to stir and mix it until everything is well dissolved. While this cooks on a medium-low flame, I'll be using half kg of khoya, that's mawa, also known as milk solids, for making the jamun. The first step that we need to do before adding any other ingredients is make sure the khoya is well mixed and lump free. If it is hard and it has lumps, everything has to become smooth. So the perfect technique to make it smooth dough-like consistency is shown here. So first you're going to break down all the khoya pieces and all the lumps, and then with the help of your palm, you're going to start giving it a really good mix. As you see, you need to press down the palm or the khoya to get it completely smooth, free from any lumps. So I've recorded this step for a little longer so that you can see how it's done. So this is the perfect way to do it so that you get a lump-free khoya for making the gulab jamun. So this is how it's done. As you see, you need to get this when you're mixing the khoya. So make sure you take a really large wide dish to do this so that it becomes easier for you to get a smooth khoya. So once you have done this and the entire khoya becomes one smooth mixture dough-like, now you're going to sieve in the other dry ingredients. Add in half a cup of maida, that's all-purpose flour, and a pinch of baking soda. That's all that we require, just a small pinch of soda. Give these 2 ingredients a good mix. Make sure you don't miss on this step. You have to sieve the dry ingredients to get rid of any lumps or any particles in the dough. Now all you need to do is repeat the same thing that you did to the khoya. That's mixing. Mixing the same way how you did for the khoya. That is by pressing down the palm, making sure that everything is getting really well combined and also making sure that there are no lumps at all. So this is the perfect technique that you need to follow to mix to get the smooth and the best textured jamun. Continue doing that until you get the dough-like consistency as shown. You see this dough is so smooth and free of any lumps, and all the three ingredients are really well combined. So this takes a little bit longer, but believe me, this is worth doing it as the results are really amazing. As you see, the ingredients that went in were very few, but the steps that you need to do are a bit longer, as we need to do this for around 8 to 10 minutes minimum to get the best results. So the sign to know that you have done it really well is when you press down over it, you see it's smooth and perfect textured without any lumps. The final ingredient is just 1 teaspoon of desi ghee to give that perfect taste to the gulab jamuns once they are fried. So add in just 1 teaspoon of desi ghee and give it all a final mix. Apply some oil to both the hands as it makes it easier for you to make the jamuns. So this is the correct amount of the dough that you require to make each jamun. So all you need to do is make sure you make a good, really good round ball without any cracks on the surface. Surfaces of the jamun have to be smooth without any cracks. That's another tip to be remembered, as those cracks can become a weak point where they can start breaking while they're getting fried. So, if you knead the dough really well without any lumps and you give that perfect time to make it, you end up making these smooth surfaced balls. So do follow all the perfect steps while making your gulab jamuns the next time, and I'm sure you will get the perfect results. This dough makes around 35 to 40 jamuns easily. It again depends upon the size that you desire to make the jamuns. To fry the jamuns, the cooking oil should be slightly hot. If it's too hot initially, then the color of the jamuns will turn brown immediately outside, leaving the inside uncooked. So, therefore, for uniform cooking from outside to inside, make sure your oil is just slightly hot. After adding them in the oil, initially do not use any spoon. Carefully using the back part of the spoon, just making sure that they get evenly cooked. That slight continuous movement with the spoon is important as we need a golden brown uniform color to the jamuns. To fry these, always remember the flame has to be low. And that slight constant movement as shown in the video is required to make sure you get that uniform golden brown color. The tip for getting the perfect gulab jamun is frying them on a low flame for a long time, cause we need the center part of the jamuns to be well done. So that's the reason to keep it on a low flame. And as you see, because they had a smooth surface, none of these break open as there were no cracks on them. Fry the jamuns until you see that they get the perfect brown color. This is the perfect desired color for the gulab jamuns. So at this stage you can start removing them. This is the perfect consistency of the sugar syrup. It should be slightly sticky, but you do not require the string-like consistency. So at this stage you can turn off the flame Add very little rose essence to the sugar syrup as it gives a really good flavor. Add in the rose essence and give it a final mix. So once your gulab jamuns are ready and they are fried to get the perfect brown color, you can start adding them into the sugar syrup. Remember, the sugar syrup should be slightly hot. Add the gulab jamuns to the sugar syrup. When the jamuns soak in the sugar syrup, they take up the flavor and taste really amazing. So this is the final look of the gulab jamuns. Oh, these tasted yum. Making this a must try recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video and please do give this recipe a try. Thanks for watching. This is a perfect recipe for all the cake lovers. What if I showed you a recipe where you could make a perfect chocolate sponge cake in a pressure cooker? Follow this easy recipe that's shown step by step and each ingredient shown perfectly so that you could end up making a perfect soft sponge cake, as you can see in the video how soft it turned out to be. The ingredients that we require to make the chocolate sponge cake are 1 cup of all-purpose flour, that's maida, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Here I'll be using dark cocoa powder, 1 cup of powdered sugar. Then half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of salt. These were all the dry ingredients. The wet ingredients that we will be using are 1 egg at room temperature, half a cup of cooking oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence and half a cup of lukewarm milk. Add an egg to a large mixing bowl and whisk it. I'm using a hand whisk for this recipe. Then to this add in the powdered sugar. Give it a really good whisk until both are well combined. Whisk the two at least for 2 to 3 minutes so that both are really well combined. Then to this add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. The vanilla essence is added here to get rid of the egg smell. So don't forget to add the vanilla essence here. Once these three ingredients are well combined, then to this add in half a cup of cooking oil. I'm using the normal cooking oil which does not have any aroma. Give it a good mix until you see everything is well combined. Once all the ingredients are well combined, sift in the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So add in 1 cup of flour, that's maida, and then the cocoa powder and the salt, the baking powder and the baking soda. Remember to sift the dry ingredients to get rid of any lumps or particles. This is a very important step to get a good textured sponge cake. Give it a good mix and then sift in the dry ingredients. Once all the dry ingredients are added to the wet ingredients, give it a mix and add in the lukewarm milk in batches. So add in half the milk and start giving it a good mix. Keep mixing it until you see that the dry ingredients are well incorporated into the wet ingredients. Then add in the remaining milk and give it a final mix until you see that everything is well combined. until you obtain a smooth cake batter like this as shown in the video. This is the perfect consistency of the cake batter that we desire. To bake a cake in a pressure cooker, all you need to do is add salt to the base of the pressure cooker. I'm adding in around half a cup of salt to the base. Once you have added in the salt to the base of the pressure cooker, keep a small steel bowl or any other ring. Cover the lid of the pressure cooker and do not place any weight over it. Preheat it on a medium to low flame for around 10 minutes. Meanwhile, take a small cooking pot which is available at home. I am showing this for those who do not have a baking pan at home. So apply oil and make sure you grease the oil around all the surfaces of the cooking pot that you will be taking. And then to the base of the cooking pot add in a small parchment paper. Pour the cake batter into the cooking pot that you will be using. Give it a tap to get rid of any air bubbles if present. Once the pressure cooker is preheated and ready, carefully place the cooking pot into the pressure cooker. As you can see that you should be able to cover the lid of the pressure cooker once you place in the cooking pot. Cover the lid of the pressure cooker. As I told before, we will not be using any weight while we are baking the cake in the cooker. The perfect time for the cake to be well baked in the pressure cooker is 30 to 35 minutes. First 5 minutes on a medium to low flame and then the next 25 to 30 minutes on a low flame. The time for baking is extremely important so that you don't burn the base of the cake. The perfect way to check if your cake is baked is by using a toothpick. So if it comes out clean, that is an indication that your cake is well baked. This is one of the easiest cake recipes that I have shared and the results turned out really good. As you can see, the sponge cake turned out really soft. And stay tuned for more such recipes. This was the final look of the cake. Thank you for watching and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Mango Souffle Delight. An amazing mango dessert recipe. Made using just 3 ingredients. This is an easy to make dessert delight. Please subscribe to my channel and stay connected for upcoming dessert recipes. We'll be using 3 mangoes cut in cubes and 1 large mango for making the mango puree. Add it to the mixer grinder. Add 3 teaspoons of sugar to it and make a smooth textured puree. To a large bowl, add in 400 milliliters of fresh cream. To this add 1 tin of condensed milk. Give it a whisk until it's well combined. Add in the mango puree to it. Give it a mix until it's well combined. This mango cream mixture tastes so amazing. Finally, add in the mango cubes to it. And give it a mix until it's well combined. Allow it to chill in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours before serving, as it slightly thickens and tastes amazing once chilled. This mango dessert is the most tasty dessert I have tried. This can be on your next party menu. The most tasty and easy dessert to make. Try this recipe. I am sure you will love it. Please like and share with your friends and family. Easiest, tastiest mango souffle, delicious delight. Please subscribe to my channel and stay connected for more amazing, unique dessert recipes.
This is an incredibly delicious dessert recipe, Handi ki kheer. I'm sure we all love kheer, and this recipe is an easy to follow as it has very few ingredients that is required to make it. I'm sure if you try this recipe, you will end up making the best kheer too. So do follow my complete recipe and make this kheer at home. I'm sure everyone is going to love it. So let me take you through the steps in making the perfect kheer at home. To a large cooking pot, add in around 5 to 6 tablespoons of desi ghee. I'm using 1 cup of soji, that's semolina, for making this recipe. This is the fine soji that we get. Once the ghee is slightly heated, add in the semolina to it. Roast the soji in the ghee for around 2 to 3 minutes. This is an important step as the flavors are taken up by the soji and it gets roasted too, giving a really good flavor to our kheer. Roast the soji for around 7 to 8 minutes on a low flame or until you see that its color begins to slightly change, as it gives the kheer a really good flavor. Continuously stirring at this point is important as we do not want our soji to get burnt. Once you see that the soji has taken up the ghee flavor and also the color has slightly changed, at this stage you can remove the soji and keep it aside. Keep the soji aside and let it come to room temperature. Then to the same cooking pot, add in 1.5 liters of milk. I'm using full fat milk for this recipe. Then to this add in a few saffron threads as it helps give a really good flavor to the kheer. Once the milk comes to a boil, at this stage add in the soji. Remember the soji has to be cooled down and come to room temperature. The reason behind this is it helps it to cook uniformly as well as it does not form lumps. So continuous stirring at this stage is an important step. While continuously stirring it, let it cook. The soji takes around 5 to 6 minutes to cook completely. It does not take as long as the rice kheer. For giving the kheer a really good flavor and also a thickness, I added in condensed milk. So the quantity of condensed milk that you add can be according to your choice. I added in 1 tin of condensed milk at this stage. The reason for this is it gave it a really good flavor and thickness to the kheer too. Give it a really good mix until you see that it's well combined. The condensed milk that is added here gives a really good texture to the kheer. The sweetness to the kheer is given by adding the white sugar. So only the condensed milk wasn't sufficient, so I added in another 1 cup of white granulated sugar. Give it all a really good mix. After adding the sugar, you can cook it for another 2 to 3 minutes until it slightly thickens. At this stage, the kheer was completely cooked and also lump free. As you can see, there were no lumps formed. So the kheer slightly thickens after it cools down a bit. And here you see the perfect results. And I did not stop at this. I cooled down my kheer by keeping it in a small mud pot, that's a handi, as it gives a really good flavor to the kheer once it sets inside it. So if you have any handi or a mud pot at home, then do transfer your kheer into it and keep it in the fridge. I transferred my kheer into this handi and let it chill in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours before serving it, as it gave the best results. And once the kheer slightly thickens, it also tastes even better. And this handi too gives a really good flavor to the kheer. Hope you enjoyed this video, and as you see, the ingredients were few and the results turned out amazing. So please do give this recipe a try, and if you're visiting my channel here for the first time, then don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Custard trifle pudding tubs. A delicious, mouth-watering dessert recipe. I'm sure we all would have tried custard trifle pudding at home, but what if I told you that this is slightly different, and also the presentation in these tubs gave it an extremely pretty look to it, and these tasted amazing. So stay tuned with me and watch the complete video to see the layers that I have given to make this custard trifle pudding so tasty. And don't forget to click on that subscribe button to stay tuned with me, as I will be coming up with many more dessert recipes for you. So let's take you through the making of this custard trifle pudding. For making the custard, I'll be using 1.5 liters of milk. From this, I'll be using around half a cup to add the custard powder. So once the milk begins to boil, add in 1.5 cup of sugar. Boil the milk for another 2 to 3 minutes after adding the sugar. This is around 3/4 cup of milk that I had kept aside. So to the cold milk, add in around 4 heaped tablespoons of custard powder. This is the perfect ratio of the custard powder to the milk for making the perfect consistency of the custard. Give it a really good mix until you see that there are no lumps and it's well combined in the milk. Add in the custard slurry to the milk. Make sure you continuously stir at this stage, as if you do not stir it, it can get burnt at the base. By keeping it on a medium to low flame, continuously keep stirring it. You need to cook it for 2 to 3 minutes, as you see that the custard begins to slightly thicken. And at this stage, you can turn off the flame and keep it aside to cool down, and then keep it in the fridge. So once this is chilled in the fridge, you see that you get a perfect custard consistency. I'll be using the mango and the strawberry jelly flavor. This is the cup that I used to measure the water when I made the jelly. I used around 2 cups of water to make the jelly. So in each box you get the jelly mix and also the gelatin powder with it. So combine the two in the bowl that you're going to be adding the water to, and then give it a good mix. By adding the hot water to it, give it a good mix until everything is well combined and there are no particles or lumps remaining. Once it's well combined, transfer it to the bowl that you want to set the jelly in. You can use a wide bowl, as you can cut good pieces. Then repeat the same steps for making the strawberry jelly as well. These two jelly flavors made the custard trifle taste even better. You can choose the flavors of your choice. Once the jelly mixture slightly cools down, keep it in the refrigerator to chill as it will set. I'm using vanilla sponge cake for the first layer. The tinned fruits, this jelly that is set and cut into the pieces of the desired sizes, and a perfectly set custard and some fresh cream. I'll be layering my custard trifle pudding in these tubs, so you can purchase them too and set in these as they looked very pretty once they were made. So add in the first layer, that's the vanilla sponge cake layer. Repeat this for all the tubs. Then to this add in the next layer of the tinned fruits. I'm using the mixed tinned fruits for this recipe. These tinned fruits give a really different and a unique flavor to the custard trifle pudding, so do try it out with this. Repeat the same for all the tubs. Then comes the next layer, that is the custard layer. Add in a generous amount of custard over the tinned fruits. Add in custard to all the tubs too. Over the custard, add in the layer of the fresh cream. Once this fresh cream sets in the fridge, it gives an extremely tasty flavor. So add a layer of fresh cream and make sure you spread it over the custard uniformly. Add this layer of fresh cream to all the remaining tubs. Then goes the final topping of jelly. This layer of jelly not only makes this dessert look so pretty but even makes it taste really yummy as it comes in every bite. So you can add the jelly flavors of your choice. So do give this recipe a try. Add this layer of jelly to all the tubs and make them look as pretty as the first one. Hope you enjoyed this video as I have come to you with such an easy dessert recipe, and believe me, it tasted delicious. Stay tuned and do subscribe. The most easiest and the most simple to make dessert which tasted amazing, and these are nothing but the Oreo cheesecake cups, a delicious dessert delight. This was by far the easiest recipe that I tried, and the results turned out really tasty, and my family members couldn't resist and asked for another one. So do follow this easy recipe and try it yourself, and I'm sure your guests and all your family members are going to enjoy this, especially the kids. This one is a perfect dessert for them. So if you have any party coming up or any get-togethers, this can be on your party menu as it was easy and also tasted delicious. For making the base of these Oreo cheesecake cups, I used 2 big packs of Oreo cookies. Grind these Oreo cookies in a mixer jar to obtain a well grinded mixture. Then to this add in 1/3 cup of melted butter, that's 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and give it a good mix until everything is well combined. So this will make the base of the Oreo cheesecake cups. Keep mixing it until you see that all the Oreo cookies are well combined with the butter that we added. I'm using these dessert cups to set my Oreo cheesecake. So to the base of each cup, add in these grinded Oreo cookies mixture. This forms the most tastiest base for your cheesecake. Once you have added the cookie mixture, make sure you press it down using the back of a spoon. Make sure you press it down well as this forms the first layer and it shouldn't mix with the other layer of the cheesecake. Once the base is ready for all the dessert cups, all you need to do is chill these cups in the refrigerator for around 10 minutes as it helps the base to set. So keep them in the refrigerator for 10 minutes. For making the cheesecake, to a large mixing bowl, add in the cream cheese. I'm using the Delecta brand of cream cheese, and this is 400 grams of cream cheese that's used here. To this, add in 200 ml of fresh cream. I used Amul fresh cream for this recipe. The sweetening agent that I added to make the cheesecake was powdered sugar. I added 5 tablespoons of powdered sugar. I'll give you one tip here. So do not add in a lot of sugar here as we do not want to make it too sweet. As if the sugar is a little on a lower side, then you can get a good cheesy flavor too when you eat it. So make sure you add sugar in batches when you're making it. All you need to use is a hand whisk or even a hand mixer if you have to give it all a really good mix. That's it. These were just the 3 ingredients that went into making these Oreo cheesecakes. I added another 2 tablespoons of sugar to it. So you can add the sugar accordingly. So again, all you need to do is give it a good mix. So you need to combine all these 3 ingredients until you get a smooth mixture. After a while, I started using this hand whisk as it made it easier for me. So if you have any hand whisk or even an electric hand mixer, use it until it's well combined. So you need to make sure that it's smooth and free of any lumps in the cream cheese that you have. Start adding this smooth cream cheese mixture into each dessert cups. So here you can add around 1 to 1.5 tablespoons each. This depends upon the quantity that you have taken and the number of cups that you want to set. I made around 17 dessert cups using these proportions. So add in the cheesecake mixture into each cup as shown. Do try this recipe and I'm sure you're going to love the results as these taste so good that you would not even want to buy any pastry and you would want to make these always. Once you have added this cream cheese mixture into all the dessert cups, all you need to do is chill these for another half an hour to 1 hour as we need this cream cheese to set before adding the top layer of ganache over it. Once these Oreo cheesecake cups are chilled, you see that this cheesecake mixture sets. So this makes it easier to add the chocolate ganache over it. So make your own homemade chocolate ganache. The recipe for making the chocolate ganache will be given in the description box below. So do check out the recipe of how to make the perfect chocolate ganache at home. So I added a layer of chocolate ganache over the cream cheese mixture. This was the best layer as it tasted really good. You can be creative here and make your own toppings of your choice for your cheesecake cups. So this was the final look of my Oreo cheesecake cups. So all you need to do is chill it for another 1 hour before serving, and there you go, your chocolate ganache sets to giving the best flavor. These Oreo cheesecake cups were an amazing dessert recipe. So, if you're looking for the best desserts, then do try this recipe and do follow my channel for many more amazing recipes. And to all my new viewers, if you're visiting here for the first time, then please don't forget to click on that subscribe button. And do check out my other homemade cheesecake recipes that are already put up on my channel. So stay tuned for more upcoming recipes. And thank you so much for watching. This is a mouth-watering and an extremely tempting dessert recipe, that's tender coconut pudding. I'm sure we all love to drink tender coconut as it's such an amazing coolant. But what if I told you that this dessert is no less but extremely tasty and also a must try recipe? In this video, I will be teaching you step by step how to make this perfect tender coconut pudding, and will also be showing you how to make this creamy coconut syrup to serve with the pudding. So stay tuned and watch the complete video, and I'm definitely sure that you are going to enjoy this recipe. This dessert recipe is by far the most loved by all the guests who ever have tried this one. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy it as well. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're visiting here for the first time, and check out my other recipes on my channel too. I share dessert recipes with you which are easy to make and also the ingredients are easily available, and this is one of them. So do give this recipe a try and you will love the results of this dessert. For this recipe, we will be requiring the water of 4 large tender coconuts. To set this tender coconut water like a pudding, to a small saucepan, add in 1 cup of water. I am using the China grass to set. You might require more China grass if the brand that you're using is different from mine, so please add the China grass accordingly. I'm using around 40 grams of China grass to set for this recipe. Wash the China grass really well, and then once the water starts coming to a boil, start adding the pieces of the China grass. This step is extremely important where you have to cook it on a low flame by constantly stirring it, as you need to cook this on a low flame until the China grass is completely dissolved in the water. Meanwhile, keep the tender coconut water too on a low flame and bring it to a boil. So after constantly stirring it, once you see that the China grass has begun to completely dissolve in the water, then at this stage we are going to add in the granulated sugar to it. I am adding in around 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar and cook it until it's completely dissolved in the China grass. This is the perfect consistency of the China grass mixture. As you see, the China grass is completely well dissolved. So once the tender coconut water comes to 2 boils, then you can take it off the flame. Now once it's hot, start adding in this china grass mixture to the tender coconut water by constantly stirring it. Give it all a really good mix until it's well combined. We are going to set this pudding in a large white dish. So to this dish, start adding in the tender coconut mixture. The tender coconut flesh, that is the malai that you get inside, is very important as you need to cut them into the pieces of desired sizes. So carefully start adding these tender coconut flesh pieces into the tender coconut mixture. So once you have added in all the pieces, all you need to do is set this in the refrigerator until you see that it's completely set and you can cut them. So after this, the second step is to make the creamy coconut syrup that's going to be served with the pudding. So to a large mixing bowl, add in 250 ml of fresh cream. Then to this, add in 200 ml of coconut milk. This coconut milk that's added here gives it a very different flavor and also makes it taste really amazing. Then goes the last ingredient, that's 1 tin of condensed milk. So here you know this syrup will taste so amazing once the condensed milk is added to it. Give it all a really good mix until all these three are well combined. Once everything is well combined, all you need to do is keep this in the refrigerator too to let it chill before serving. So once you have chilled it really well, so this is what a perfectly set tender coconut pudding looks like, where you can easily cut them into the pieces of the desired shape. So when you add the china grass, make sure you add the perfect proportion of china grass to the tender coconut water to make sure you get a pudding that's well set. So this is what a well set pudding looks like. And also the sugar that you add in to make this tender coconut pudding shouldn't be much, as the creamy coconut syrup that we have prepared is already sweet too. The perfect way to serve this tender coconut pudding is add the tender coconut pudding pieces to a bowl and over this add the creamy coconut syrup that you have prepared. So this is the way that you serve it. I'm sure just by the look of it you can imagine how tasty it turned out to be. And to all those who are watching this video, I highly recommend you to try this recipe as this dessert is must try and a very tasty one. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making this one for you. So please do subscribe to my channel and stay connected as I'll come to you with more amazing recipes.
The most famous Indian wedding dessert recipe, dal ka mita. That's lentil dessert. You will find this dessert if you are visiting a wedding in India. That's 'cause it's the most famous and the most tastiest one. This is an incredibly delicious dessert, and my favorite one since childhood. So I have shown it step by step for you to follow and learn its making. If you are visiting here for the first time, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Smooth, delicious dessert ever. Let's see how to make it. For making this dal ka meetha, I'll be using 500 grams of chana dal, yellow lentils. Wash them really well by changing the water for about 4 to 5 times. Transfer them to a large cooking pot. Add in around 1 liter of milk to cook these lentils until they become soft. Cook them on a low to medium flame. You can also do this step in a pressure cooker by giving it around 4 to 5 whistles. Cook these until they are slightly soft, making it easy to grind them. Once it is done, transfer them to a bowl to slightly cool it down. Then start adding these lentils along with some milk to grind them. Grind them until you obtain a smooth textured mixture. Grind them in batches as it makes it easier. Keep this dal grinded mixture aside. I will be using 750 grams of KHEER, mawa. That's milk solids to give this dessert that perfect texture. This is unsweetened KHEER. To a mixer grinder, add KHEER in batches. Add some milk too each time to grind it to obtain a smooth mixture. Repeat the same for the remaining KHEER. These milk solids make these desserts get a perfect texture and taste too. I will be using 1 1/3 cup of almonds for this dessert. Peel the almonds and add these to the mixer grinder. By adding little milk in batches, grind it to form a smooth paste. This almond paste added gives this dessert an incredible flavor. To a large cooking pot, add in 1 cup of desi ghee. Desi ghee is a must for every desi dessert. Once the ghee is heated, to this add in 2 cloves and 2 green cardamoms, as they release a really good flavor in the ghee. Start adding in the lentils dal mixture to the cooking pot. Once all the mixture is added, keeping it on a low flame, start stirring it. This stir frying the dal mixture in the ghee is an extremely important step, as it helps the mixture take up the ghee flavor. But remember one tip, this dessert is made by constantly stirring it. After stirring this dal mixture for about 7 to 8 minutes, add in the KHEER milk solids mixture to it. Give it all a good mix until it's well combined. Once you see that it's well combined, keep stirring it on a low flame. Add in the prepared almond paste to it. Give it a good mix. Dissolve some KHEER yellow food color in some milk and add it. This is added to give it a nice yellow color. Now begins the actual cooking process, where you will be adding in around 5 to 6 cups of sugar, and by constantly stirring will cook it. This dessert is made by adding a generous amount of sugar to make it taste amazing. Start stirring and cooking it on a low flame. You will have to constantly stir and cook until you see the sugar caramelizes in the dessert. And also you will see the ghee begins to separate too. But everything on a low flame, as it can get burnt at the base of the cooking pot if you don't stir it. The whole process of cooking this to get its actual tasty flavor is almost for 1 hour of constant stirring. Yes, you heard it right, more the time given here to stir and cook on a low flame. More the flavor, and also it helps get rid of the lentil smell from the dessert too. Add in saffron, that's saffron, to this dessert. Then goes that final ingredient which makes this taste incredibly good. 1 tin of condensed milk. Add it, give it a good mix and cook for some more time. This is what the final look of the dessert is once it's complete. This dessert thickens once it cools down. Garnish it with some roasted nuts of your choice. All those who taste it for the first time have always asked me for its recipe as it tastes so good. So please follow my recipe and also share it with your friends and family, so that they too can learn to make this amazing dessert. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please stay connected to my channel by subscribing to it today. Smiley face. Just by using 3 custard apples, CHEESECAKE, make this immensely tasty and a very delicious dessert in just minutes. This is that dessert that you would fall in love with, as it turns out so rich, creamy and tasty. And the steps that go into its making are so simple that you would want to keep making it over and over again. Winter is the season of custard apples, so quickly grab yours and try out my recipe. So let's see how to make it. I'll be using 3 large-sized custard apples. These should be ripe to get an incredible flavor. Deseed all of them and add in the custard apples pulp to a large bowl. To this add in 200 milliliters of fresh cream. 200 milliliters is just perfect for 3 custard apples. Then add in 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Give it all a really good mix, making sure everything is well combined. I added another tablespoon of powdered sugar to it. That's it, and there you go, this dessert is ready in just minutes. Just 3 ingredients required to get this incredibly tasty dessert. The results turn out so tasty by just 3 ingredients. I can't wait to make this again. Hope you enjoyed my recipe. This is a very unique recipe, and I guarantee you the best results. So please take my word and do give this one a try. You will be amazed by it, and will be told to make it again and again. Please share my recipe, especially this one, with your friends and family. Let them all enjoy making it as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more tasty dessert recipes. Please subscribe. Chocolate custard lava pudding. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this at home from the scratch. You will be amazed how it is made just by using basic ingredients. Make this recipe and surprise your kids. They will definitely love it. And please subscribe to my channel. To a large mixing bowl, add in 2 cups of milk. To this, add in 2 heaped teaspoons of custard powder and 2 heaped teaspoons of powdered sugar. Using a hand whisk, combine it really well until no lumps remain. Once it's perfectly combined, add in the bread slice and soak it well in this mixture. This custard mixture we made is the first step to soak the bread slices. Grease a pan with some butter and place the soaked bread slice over it. Repeat the same for another bread slice. Keep it on a low flame, as the custard mixture needs to be cooked, and then carefully turn the sides. Toast the bread slices until slightly golden brown. Repeat the same for another 2 slices and keep them aside. Now to this same custard mixture, add 1 cup of milk, 2 heaped teaspoons of dark cocoa powder. To this, add in 3 teaspoons of powdered sugar. Using a hand whisk, combine everything together. Keep mixing until the cocoa powder is dissolved in the milk. Now to make the chocolate custard pudding. Transfer these ingredients to a cooking pot. To this, add in 1 cup of chopped dark cooking chocolate. Give it all a good mix. By keeping it on a medium to low flame, cook it by constantly stirring it. As you see, the chocolate begins to melt, and the custard mixture begins to cook and thicken. Keep stirring it until you get the desired thickness. Turn off the flame when this consistency is obtained. Now, using the back part of a spoon, make a center hole in the bread slices. And press that part down. Now carefully pour the prepared chocolate custard pudding. I cannot tell you what incredible results you get. It has a very subtle chocolatey flavor. and gets over in minutes as everyone would dive into it. So all that I can tell you is do try this recipe. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a comment. Try this recipe and enjoy this with your friends and family. Hope you enjoyed its making. Please share this video with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe. Best ever party dessert. The most tastiest dessert you can ever make on any occasion. The ingredients that go into its making are so simple and easily available, making it the easiest recipe you can quickly make for your upcoming parties. Whenever I make this dessert for any parties, the guests have always asked me for its recipe, just because it simply tastes so amazing. So watch this video till the end, and do try this amazing recipe. And please do share my video with your friends and family. Let them try my dessert recipe as well. Please subscribe to my channel if you are visiting here for the first time. These are the ingredients that we will be requiring to make this dessert. To a large mixing bowl, add in fresh cream. I am using around 500 milliliters of fresh cream. To this, add in 2 tins of condensed milk. Give it all a really good mix until it's well combined. As I felt it needed some more cream, I added a little more cream. With the help of a hand whisk it until it is well combined. This is the perfect consistency that we require for this dessert. Keep this aside and let's prepare the cocktail syrup. Using a strainer, separate the tin fruits from the syrup. Keep this tin fruits aside in a bowl. Add 2 teaspoons of vegetarian gelatin powder to this cocktail syrup. Give it a good mix and bring the syrup to a boil until the gelatin completely dissolves. And then keep this cocktail syrup aside. To a large serving dish, arrange the first layer of cookies as the base. I am using Marie Gold cookies as the results come out the best with these. This is the cocktail syrup that we had prepared. Soak these cookies with this cocktail syrup, making sure each cookie is well soaked. Add in the tin fruits over these soaked cookies layer. I used 3 cocktail fruit tins for this recipe. Each tin was around 439 grams each. Once you have added half of the tin fruits over the cookies, now add in the prepared creamy sauce over these fruits. Add a generous amount of this sauce, as it takes this dessert to another level. This is how it should look after adding it. Then arrange the next layer of cookies over it. Soak these cookies as well. Add in all the remaining tin fruits over it. Finally, add all the remaining prepared creamy sauce over the fruits. Make this dessert at least a minimum of 7 to 8 hours before serving it, as it tastes best when chilled, and also more the cookies are well soaked, better the taste. As the cookies soak up so well, no one can recognize that there are cookies in it. Garnish this dessert with some grated dairy milk chocolate. Another ingredient that makes it so tasty. Hope you enjoyed this recipe and will try it soon. Please like, share and comment. And do check out my other dessert recipes on my channel. So cover it with a cling film and chill it to prevent it from drying out. And serve it well chilled for best compliments from your guests. Please subscribe to my channel today. And stay connected for more upcoming recipes.